Hey guys, today we're going to do a T&T on VSG because I'm going to tell you guys 10 of my favorite protein snacks that I enjoy post-op VSG. Number one, shrimp. I am so happy that I can still eat shrimp. I can't even tell y'all how happy I am that I can still eat shrimp because shrimp is such a great source of protein. Shrimp is very, very easy to prepare, and you can fix shrimp so many different ways, guys. Shrimp is my go-to. Depending on the size of shrimp, like I tend to buy like large shrimp, I can pretty much eat two to three as a meal, two as a snack. I've been eating them ever since I've been able to eat. I've been eating shrimp almost every other day in some way, some form. Shrimp is one of the best things that I think any VSG patient can engage in because number one, you can always go and get shrimp fresh or frozen. You can go any restaurant, they usually have shrimp on the menu. Of course, unless it's a vegetarian restaurant. But my point is in abundance. Shrimp will be your friend. Number two, chicken wingdings, specifically the wingdings, because usually one of those sections is about an ounce. So for a snack, two, I'm not maybe two. Depending on the size of them, is a great snack as well as a great source of protein. And I hate to even say just a snack because usually if I got two, that's usually a meal for me. But my point is, if you make them in like a bulk of them and put them in the freezer, I mean the fridge, and leave them covered when you want a snack, you can easily grab one or two, heat them up, take them with you, eat them depending on how they're prepared. You can eat them cold, you can eat them warm, or you can eat them room temperature, which to me is kind of like a central part of me when I have a snack. I want it to be versatile. I want it to be portable. So while we're talking about portability, Greek yogurt, one of the best things, of course, because it's full of protein and it's very portable, and you can have it pretty much any time of the day or night. I very often will have yogurt in lieu of ice cream, sometimes, because it's just it's giving me that same kind of feeling without the calories, and I can't quite finish one yet, but it's just a really, really great source of protein. And what I really love about it is that Chobani specifically makes these flips, they call them, and those things are great as dessert. So you can kind of have like something in lieu of ice cream that's just as much protein. Um, Cheese is also a good high protein snack. Same thing. You can take it with you anywhere. You can slice it. You can have different kinds. Um, I pretty much will typically take cheese with pepperoni as a snack simply because I try to be careful with eating too much cheese since it can make you constipated. But one of the best snacks to me is cheese, turkey roll up, cheese and ham roll up as far as the lunch meat, or just getting a good piece of regular block cheese and just cutting that and eating it with crackers, with fruit, by itself, or with pepperoni. Another really, really great snack is if you like celery and peanut butter, apples and peanut butter. Peanut butter, of course, is a great source of protein. I tend to like celery because I like the noise, I like the crunchiness of it, but also celery is like basically no calories. So you can kind of let the fat and the calories of the peanut butter slide, especially if you're using real peanut butter, and you're not using any kind of substitute. You can pretty much not worry or even think about what the calories are, the bad part of peanut butter. You can simply enjoy it. One of my other favorite things that I like to have and make, and I pretty much rely on this probably once a week, is meatballs. Post-op VSG, guys, I can't really eat steak anymore. I love steak and I love prime rib specifically, but every time I've tried to eat steak post-op, it was just so heavy and I couldn't get through it. However, I can eat ground beef. So I eat a lot of taco salads and I eat a lot of meatballs because it's just, I don't know, I guess it's because it's ground up. It's just easier for me to digest and to sit on my stomach. The best thing that I like about making meatballs is that you can do whatever you like to them. You can add veggies to them. You can add all kinds of sauces and flavors. It doesn't just have to be, just a regular meatball. Like I love the flavor of like green peppers and onions in them and maybe put mushrooms on them. And one or two, depending on the size, is a great snack, great high protein snack or high protein meal. And of course, with meatballs, you can do chicken, you can do turkey, you can do venison, you can do beef. Your possibilities are endless. So utilize your meatball stuffer or holder. You can put cheese in them. I love meatballs. And here's a tip: if you want to make a large amount of meatballs, what I do, guys, is I use my muffin tin and put them in the oven. It keeps the shape. It's like really, low fat free cooking, and I don't have to think about it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. One other thing that I just recently found this out, and I was like blown because I love this. Pumpkin seeds, guys, is a real good source of protein. Believe it or not, pumpkin seeds. I love pumpkin seeds. I used to eat them all the time as a kid. So I've added that to my list of favorite VSG protein, high protein snacks because I will be getting some and engaging in those. I like nuts. I like walnuts and pecans and cashews, pistachios, but I could really, really, really like kill some pumpkin seeds. So you might want to make sure you add that to your list. One thing I don't know if it's really considered a snack, but when I made it, I treated it as such. Guys, there is a simple recipe that you have to try. It's basically bacon wrapped chicken breast. Oh my God. I saw it on Pinterest. I decided to make this for my daughter and I think I used like one good sized chicken breast and maybe a half a pack of bacon, and I cut the bacon in half. And we must have had about 20 or 30 of these things. It's so perfect. You can make them in the oven. You can use, turkey bacon. You can use pork bacon. It was the best thing ever. I had them in two-pick skewers, so like one or two of those. It was just like a bite of protein. It was just perfect. So check out Pinterest if you want the recipe, but it's really cut and dry. Season that chicken, wrap it in bacon. They suggested like kind of tossing it in brown sugar, but you really don't need it because the flavor of the bacon flavors the chicken anyway, and it keeps it from drying out, and it doesn't take long at all. That is definitely something that I will be making when I go back to work as something that I can take every day, and just put into a lunch bag and take with me because it really, really surprised me at how good it was. I have totally lost count, guys, but I'm going to make this one my last mention simply because if I haven't mentioned it, I just think it's something good for anybody to know. Canned fish. And what I mean is tuna, canned salmon, and sardines. I think that they often get a bad rap, mainly because it's usually associated with like tuna. I know that there's some people that look at canned fish and think it's kind of like low class. Well, these are really good sources of protein, especially sardines. Um, I keep cans of tuna because sometimes I just want a good old fashioned tuna sandwich, even though I really can't eat a full sandwich. I still like tuna. Canned salmon, same thing. I like to make, homemade salmon cakes. And sardines are great with just crackers. Now, of course, I'm not going to take a can of sardines, to my workplace because of the smell. But if you're home and you want a great snack, you gotta, reintroduce yourself to them. I remember being a kid, my dad used to eat them. I used to think they were like, ugh. But, in the end, as somebody now that just, are really looking to have my protein goals met, I will buy them, I get them in the hot sauce, or, I get them in spring water. And it's just a really great, simple, high protein snack. So, that, guys, is the best, in my opinion, high protein snacks post-op VSG that I enjoy. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I would love to have some ideas. It might be something that I've totally missed. Otherwise, I see you guys in the next T&T. Bye.